Bomwosa, bomwosa.
Hey guys, here we are with another speed build inside of Willow Creek. So this is the last of the 5 houses that I wanted to rebuild before we move on to at least one community lot. So my thoughts for this one is that it's going to be a more modern build. Not that experienced with building modern houses. It's really hard to get the look of them right, especially with how straight the walls are and how it doesn't exactly create just a complete box. There's a lot of I want to say curves, but they're not curves. It's all very straight and aligned. So in this, I'm not sure what kind of family I'm gonna have live here. Um, Probably just a normal little family. I mean, we are working on making sure that the neighborhood is very diverse. So, there are a few types of families we haven't built yet that we'll look at once we get to that point. There is a garage there connected to where there can actually be a driveway. Um, Kind of just where the street or the sidewalk comes up a little bit. And I think this will be a 3-bedroom house as well. We haven't really built that many 4-bedroom houses on lots this size. Just because there's not a lot of space, and I want to make sure there's enough space to be able to go through and do their activities on and all that stuff. And the rooms aren't that crucial for activities, so we will just see where we get to on this. So we'll build a modern kitchen. Probably doing just a pretty plain black and gray theme for this house. Pretty similar to what I usually do. Just because of the modern builds are a little bit out of what I'm used to building. We'll keep something familiar to me. So the kitchen has this cool little island that comes out of the wall. So it looks like that, and we'll build a dining room in there as well. This could potentially be a celebrity's house. With the openness of the downstairs, it can definitely fit some people in there for like charity events and all that stuff. It's just not that expensive of a house. So, I don't want to limit my game to only having 3 celebrity families in Del Sol Valley. So my celebrities kind of will live everywhere. Just like they do in the real world. Not all of them live in Hollywood. A lot of them live in other locations. We have some celebrities that live in my state, in Colorado. So we'll just see where we get. I was thinking about, for the celebrities, remaking some of the famous celebrities that already exist, but I changed my mind on that. I think that we should just make this game completely unique to us and what we like. And any of these lots will be playable for us because it's not like we're going into a house that we don't like. We like all of these houses so far, so. And I guess if we don't like them, we'll go back through and we will rebuild them. The Get Famous pack came with these really cool thick black windows that I really like. I don't usually like windows that are thick on the outside, but for some reason those are just very nice and sleek looking. So they'll fit well with this house. We'll probably also utilize some of the other pack, I think it's the luxury pack that came with The Sims 4. For some reason, I'm having a really difficult time remembering all the stuff. I think it is luxury stuff. But we'll utilize some of that stuff in here because the interior I want to look sleek as well. One of my favorite things to do is to do some brickwork in a house. Not all of it though. I don't like all the walls to have brick, but I like this mixture of like paint and brick because it also gives it like this older look. So on that side we have this really sleek modern home, and then you come in and it's still all brand new stuff, but you have like this rustic looking um you have this rustic looking wall pattern, and I don't know, I think it looks neat. I like it. I was gonna put the cabinets up that high, but realistically, who's gonna ever reach cabinets that high without a indoor 6 foot ladder? So, um, we had to do a little bit. We had to do some weird stuff in the kitchen, like couldn't put cabinets over the windows, and I wasn't just gonna get rid of the windows because we are worried about how the exterior looks. So we kept the windows there and have that weird look with the cabinets in between the windows. And then coming off of this area will be our little dining room. Um, and I thought that having the island there would also be really cute. I mean, the kitchen dining room area just flows together so well for me. Um, it just looks good. To turn our move objects cheat on. I was going to utilize some other blinds in this game, but these were the only blinds that were not custom content. So EA really should release some better looking blinds because those, I'm not a huge fan of them. They should release some more content. I mean, it's already been almost 3 months since the Get Famous release, and I don't like waiting 3 months in between expansion packs. I mean, they get pretty boring for me after the first week, because usually when a new expansion pack comes out, I'll take some time off and just be able to play, immerse myself in the game, get used to the new functions, and I have done that for every single major expansion pack release. I don't usually do it for the stuff packs, and actually, I kind of limited myself and only recently have gotten all the stuff packs because I had it to where every 2 weeks I would get one. And if I didn't, once I started to, pick out the ones I really liked, and then I didn't like any of them, or the content list that they had, I started buying them every 4 weeks. So it was all in good timing, but I mean, at the same time, they had released there was a sale for 50% off of all expansion packs not too long ago, so that really made me mad. And it also sucks because I use Origin instead of Steam. I really wish I would have went through Steam, because Steam has better deals on these games, but Origin was like the initial way to download this when I first got the game, so my mistake. In the future, if they ever do release another Sims game, I will not be using Origin because I hate Origin. And honestly, they should make it able, you should be able to use both, where I can buy a game off Steam and it would work with the Origin game, but you can't do that. You can only purchase from one or the other. And so far, I'm rooting for Steam. So we'll put a computer desk in here. Just because it is a nice little open area. We won't put anything in it, and maybe if they have kids, the kids will just go straight to the desk and do their homework. And that's my hope, that when I put in desks, that they'll actually use them for that kind of stuff. I mean, when you buy them diaries, they do use them more, but I really am just starting to see desks as like a filler item, nothing special, because they don't use the desk. They use the kitchen table, or they sit on the floor, even though there's plenty of places to sit throughout the entire house, so that's alright though. So as you can see downstairs, it's just a really fancy, modern area. I mean, this family will have to make some money. Um, so potentially maybe we'll make like the dad of this family a chef, and the mom will put her into business. I want to make sure all my Sims are working though. In my past games, where I do cheat, none of my Sims are working. And that is pretty unrealistic, that nobody in the world works. So these guys are all going to work. At least for the most part, unless I specifically gear them to being a stay-at-home dad or stay-at-home mom. It really depends on the family and the dynamic, which, I mean, I learn over time. I think about the type of family that I'm going to make for this when I'm making the house. Try to consider some of the things that they'll be needing, and then I go through and create the family afterwards. And then usually when the Sims will age up, we will, usually leave one kid Sim in the family. That way they can take over the house after the passing of the parents, or if I decide to move their parents into a nursing home. So maybe that's what we should build in Willow Creek, is a nursing home, because it's a nice, peaceful little town. I mean, it's has this like classic aspect to it, and it would be a really good spot for a nursing home. I just have to find the right lot. And I mean, there are some bigger lots over over on the left side of the map. So I think that's something that we should consider doing. And then if I need a new one, I'll probably, just build an extra one in Willow Creek if I really have a problem with elders in areas that I need to move. And that's really the only time I move them into a nursing home, is when the household is getting too full, or I need to move some of the people, some people out and new people in. So this will be the girls' bedroom. I couldn't really, I was trying to formulate how these girls would be in my head, and eventually change the entire style of this room because of that. Plus, it's kind of like a really girly room, and that's not a problem, but I wanted my girls to be not so girly. So we'll put in these beds instead, and then they'll have some cool little stuff in their room. They'll have a desk, of course. It's difficult to put a computer in a room when people share the room. Just, I think people wake up because of the computer, especially when they're like gaming and whatnot, which would make sense. I mean, if someone's on a computer and I'm asleep, usually I will wake up. For some reason. I mean, I guess if they're gaming is really the only time that would truly make a lot of sense. So they have a ton of windows in their room. They're really lucky. Most people do not have this many windows. They have 4 windows. So they have a lot of curtains to take up a lot of that wall space. But they have a pretty neat looking room. And we'll move on to the boys' room. I think for right now this family is only going to have one boy. So we don't really go all out on this room for a couple reasons. He's going to be a kid, and I know a lot of people like to like really do it up with a toddler or child's room, but they don't stay that age for a long time. And what if you want them to change? Then you have to remodel the whole room. I guess it's truly not that it's truly not as bad as I'm making it seem, but I just like to play my game. I mean, when they age up, I already go, I have to go into Create a Sim and I have to change their looks, and then I have to go up here and change their entire bedroom and everything about who they are according to what I think they should be. So it's a lot. And that's part of the reason why I extend their lifespan so long, is because if I'm already doing this kind of stuff, I want them to live for a little bit longer than they initially would. So this will be our master bedroom over here, a little bigger than some of the ones that we have been making. But still not too big. I mean, when I consider this, I don't know what a good master bedroom size would be. Maybe like a 6 by 10, 6 by 12. No, not a 6 by 12. A 6 by 7 or 8, I think, would be. How many is this? This bedroom is an 8. So, I mean, imagine it just two things wider, and for an average house, that's not a bad size for a master bedroom. Now, in a mansion, total different story. I mean, your master suite should have its own separate master bedroom, a walk-in closet, and all these really cool features in their bedroom where they really should never have to even leave their bedroom. But they do have 20 other rooms in their mansion that they could be in. So, alright, second bathroom is upstairs. And then there's this little area for kind of just extra activity, extra space to get away from people. I mean, that's important. If you don't want to watch TV with your parents, you can go upstairs and watch TV, or vice versa. I think it's important to have multiple areas of entertainment in the house. That way, it's just not all brought to one. So put a violin up there for something. And then I added the void critter to the garage. And our fire system as well. So let's just throw a few extra things up here. I kind of ran out of ideas of what to do with some of the space. Over to the left, and yeah, right there in front of the bathroom. I can't really remember if I did anything at all with that. Oh, I turned it into a laundry area, which is ideal. I mean, it seems like a good area to have a laundry, washer and dryer, so worked out well. And we'll just throw in some extra little details, because those are also very important to have. I think when you're making a house, and I do this quite often actually when I'm making a unplayed house, is I just don't decorate. But in these, I am going to decorate, that way all lots are playable if I want to play, and I don't have to do anything to them. And then when I go to other people's houses, it's not like going to this like weird place. I'm going to a house that's homey and comfortable and realistic, and it just makes sense. So on the outside, we're gonna do black concrete. Concrete houses are becoming pretty popular, just like they are with buildings. I mean, we see a lot of concrete buildings. They're all over the place. So there is that house, which looks pretty, it looks pretty nice with the black on there. It's pretty modern, and I mean, it looks like you would have to make some good money to live there. So that was kind of the goal behind that. And for the roof, we're just going to do a flat roof on this. Most modern houses have flat roofs, so that is what we are doing. We're outlining the roof. We'll put a metal, I usually use the metal, as you can see there in that close-up shot. So we're working with the terrain tools. We are putting some concrete or some rocks or whatever that stuff is in there. And I thought these were really cool, but they are custom content, so I decided to remove them. Hopefully, if I remember, I'll probably go back and add them now that this lot is on the gallery. I put some shrubs around the fence in the backyard. Nothing crazy really with the plants on this house. It's pretty just average. I'm gonna do a rock area though. And I did this on one of the mansions that I built. And I thought it was the coolest thing, and not only that, but it really increases the price of your house. It takes time. I mean, my rock garden was on a 64-foot lot, or 64 by 64 lot, and it sprawled across the entire front of the house. And so it was almost $1 million house. It was, I think, over 500,000 just with the build mode. So throw a few details into the back. Nothing really crazy. I do actually think, yeah, it's this one that we go back through and add a hot tub, though. I haven't added a hot tub to any of these lots yet, so I decided whoever lives here would deserve a nice, lovely hot tub to kind of relax in. And if, now we know that these are the people we want our Sims to become friends with, so we can come over and sit in the hot tub with them. Ooh, and we did add this pond to this lot as well. This pond came with Get Famous, and I mean, it's okay. It's not. I mean, you can get some crazy things to put in it, or you can just do what I do and put koi fish in it. But here is the lot. It is called 69 Willow Creek. And I just think it's a really cute lot. It doesn't necessarily match everything in the neighborhood already, but, you know, it's a rebuild, and when we look at neighborhoods, a lot of that is happening in neighborhoods, so I think it was a great build. So we'll go in here and we'll start working on this lovely family. So this is going to be the Gomez family. So Julio is actually a very, very attractive dad. Um, he, he's the type of guy that really cares about the success and of his family. He's gonna have two daughters and one son, and it's gonna be hell for anybody who wants to date his daughters because those are his loves, and you don't want to mess with that. So we'll make the mother. This is Rainy Gomez. So the father's gonna be a chef. The mom, she's just gonna go into business or something just to kind of earn a little bit of extra money for the family. Because they do have to pay for that lot that they're in. I'm not sure. I know it's going to be a little more expensive than previous lots just because of all those rocks that they have at the front. And I mean, one of those rocks alone is almost $500. So consider that when you're creating your houses. But she is just going to be a great mom, a great parent. Someone who's very supportive. They'll be skilled in the local culture skill. I love the Jungle Adventures expansion pack. I like how many different aspects it brought to the game. And I like how they can practice it at home. They can learn all the recipes and all that stuff. There was a family that I played on, or I'm currently playing on, who is from there, and it's really neat. They know all the recipes, so whenever they have family over, they'll cook those recipes for the whole family. That way everybody can start learning how to cook and eat and get used to the taste of the food, because the taste can sometimes put Sims into a bad mood. So it's just a great expansion pack. Now, I did have a daughter die once. I took my children and my toddlers out exploring with me, and that was a poor idea. We lost one of the children doing that. So since then, I haven't brought any children into the jungle, and nor should anybody in the real world, I think. I mean, the jungle can be a dangerous place. So I don't know why I didn't consider that. Maybe I did and just, didn't think anything of it. So, this is Selena. I didn't realize her name at the time when I made this sim, but this is Selena Gomez, and she's has a twin sister. The sim that we just created. So these are the two teenage daughters of the family. And I actually didn't have to change much about their outfits, which, like I said, I love when that happens. I love when it's just, I pick out a few things or change one aspect of the outfit and then we're good. So I did go through and make another son. He's not part of this Create a Sim, though. But thank you guys for watching, and if you like, please subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. Thanks. Bye.